Oh, right. IRL has their own thing.
I fixed it. Yeah, apologies for the folks trying to watch on the Green Flag Racing Network YouTube channel. That is fixed.
Okay, I'm going to head to that.
As you can see, the closest driver currently to the 16 is the 3 of Hayden Williams, but he's still 2.5 seconds behind. Now, Fisher and Williams haven't come down pit road yet, so I wonder if they're trying to play the long game here, and I wonder if anyone's going to try to cut them off, or shortcut them.
Huh. It looks like in about 12-ish laps, we're going to be about halfway through the race.
Yeah, this race is certainly going by quick, but that does not mean it is not exciting. This has been a fantastic race so far. A lot of lead changes here, including a new one. That is the 16 of Elijah Fisher. Currently also on pit road, the 13 and the 17. 13 leaving pit road currently. Here's the 17 of Josh Henderson. Looking to repeat his win from last week. Rob Wilhoit currently sitting in the 4th position here, chasing down the 72 of Curtis Carnes for the 3rd position in that Tier 1 Ford F-150.
Yeah. It's a good race so far. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic race. A lot of action, a lot of passing, but we still have over halfway left. Chris Lyotta back into this thing, currently sitting in the 5th position. And right behind him is the 17 coming out of the pits and trying to get those laps back. Currently sitting 4 laps down.
70 making a quick pass there. Or 17, not 70.
Trying to make quick work of these cars here, trying to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it looks like good tires is like the thing you need for Rockingham.
Yeah, and you can see
like if there's anything that...
Here's the 88 who is currently 18 laps down, trying to make quick work of the 16. Right behind him is the 13 of Travis Farmer, who is 3 laps down. Also trying to make quick work of the 16, trying to get their laps back. 13 passes the 88, heading into turn 1 right behind the 16. Up on the outside, 13 is going, and gone. 13 gets a lap back. 16 currently still struggling, seems to be struggling a little bit on those older tires, as the 17 sets the fastest lap, a 23.8.
I wonder if Elijah is going to run it halfway through, get tires and fuel, and then run the rest of the halfway through. I wonder if that's his strategy. So that's talking pitting lap 67, it looks like. That's if he's running the halfway thing.
It's going to be interesting to see, though, because I have no idea what the fuel load is. So it's going to be quite interesting to see.
Surprised we didn't get any fuel info.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Actually, let's quickly bring up the 36 of Christopher Rosca, who is currently sitting on pit road. Rosca, welcome back to the booth. You got a copy?
Unfortunately, yes.
Are you parking it, or do you have some damage?
I had 6 minutes of damage.
What happened?
I brushed the wall, got damaged, car got tight, so made the car impossible to turn. So it just got a cycle of the car not turning, getting in the wall, getting more damage. It got to a point where I couldn't turn at all.
Is it just from repeatedly hitting the wall, or?
Yeah, and I had the 22 basically forced me into the wall earlier as well, so.
Definitely an unfortunate and early way to end your race. How did you feel going into this week? Did you feel confident about going
Nope.
into the Rock? Well, that answers my question.
Not at all.
So, the main question I wanted to ask you was how much fuel do you have in the car?
64 laps of fuel.
64. So Elijah has to be pitting at some point.
And yeah, because he's currently, I don't think he's come down pit road at all. We'll let you get back to your race, Roscoe. Hopefully you can kind of have some sort of recovery drive.
Yeah, hopefully.
We gotta hope for him.
Let's pull up the pit strategy chart here.
Oh yeah, let's see that.
Yeah. Okay, so he pit on lap 15 under one of the cautions. So if Rosca said that he has 64 laps of fuel, yeah, he's probably stretching it as long as he can here, playing that long game and trying to see what he can do here on probably, this will be one more pit stop, I believe. He's making it a two-stopper.
I wonder if he's gonna try to go lighter on fuel with the long run strategy to try to have a lighter car for the end.
For the end.
Just, it's hot here.
Possibly. It depends on how many laps are left. So let's say it's 64 laps of fuel. I'm going to pull out my calculator here because I've been doing math all day and I don't want to do anymore. Okay. So 134 minus 64 is 70 laps. So from here, if he pits now, he can make it to the end, but he would be barely making it. And any sort of overtime attempt would completely screw him. So currently,
both of the races have been pretty clean, but I don't want to jinx it here, so I'm not gonna.
Currently, he can make it to lap 79 mathematically, because 15 plus 64 is 79. So 134 minus 79 is 55. So he could probably take off a gallon and a half. But honestly, there's not that much of an advantage from taking off such little fuel, and I can hardly imagine that he would be doing that for any sort of reason.
Yeah. I mean, it could also save him some pit time, I guess.
Yeah, it could.
So that's an extra gallon you're not having to fill up. Yeah, I can see an advantage to not taking all that fuel.
Well, here's the thing. You're also taking 4 tires. So,
yeah, fair. And yeah, you got a point. They fill up anyway.
Yeah, so there's not going to be that much of a time difference, in my opinion. And here you can see the 3 trying to get one of his laps back. He dives down low trying to block. There's not much the 16 can do there. The 3 making that low dive on the 16 here. Here comes the 72 as well.
Yeah, 16's tires look like they might just be heading out the door here.
Yeah, also, to be fair, he's been out here for over 60 laps. Great tire management, though, from Elijah Fisher there in the 16. Getting the most out of his tire, something a lot of drivers could not do. And unfortunately, one of those drivers... Sorry.
He's doing really well at what he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing excellent. Unfortunately, someone who was not able to save their tires and had too much damage and is now currently sitting in the 11th position, 18 laps down. We interviewed him maybe 10, 15 laps ago. Is the 36 of Christopher Rosca. Currently really struggling, as you can see here. '16, 17 makes quick work of the 16. Now only 3 laps down. Elijah Fisher has to pit mathematically within the next 2 or 3 laps. He could have saved maybe a lap or 2 of fuel, but I highly doubt it. I expect him to be coming down pit road anytime soon.
Yeah, I can do that. He's good with his pit strategy, though. Everyone's a lap down behind him. So, I mean, what he's doing is working.
Yeah, what he's
Question is, can he
doing.
hold on to that lead if he pits now?
Yeah, exactly. And currently, the man sitting in the second position, Chris Lyotta, with with Fisher pitting, he would be
Oh, Toyota had a good comeback.
He had a great comeback as we get his camera up and we focus on the 69 here, Chris Lyotta. Lyotta would be the most to benefit in the early parts of it if Fisher pitted, because when Fisher pits, at this point, it's not an if, it's a when, and I believe he should be coming down any lap now. He will inherit the lead, which includes bonus points. And we're about 7 rounds into a pretty long season. I believe it is 20 races. Yes, it is. So we're almost halfway through a 20-race season. And going to the points here, Chris Lyotta currently sits in the 8th position, roughly 70-80 points behind the leader, Aaron Stanton. So, some lead lap points would be huge for Chris Lyotta. But I think the one that benefits most out of this situation is the 16 of...
It looks like the 70 just got a really easy path on him. Oh, he's pitting.
Yeah, 69 coming down pit road. Fisher playing the very long game.
I'm surprised Fisher has fuel.
Let's pull
if he
let's pull up this stint comparison here. This is the 16, and then so this is the 6.
I wonder how much fuel he took. I'm not sure if they filled
Here
him up
comes the
to all the
16.
way.
16 comes down pit road.
There we
Finally.
go.
But
Dang,
this is devastating for the 69 because now the 69 won't get those lead lap bonus points.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a chance he does. There's no saying what.
Yeah, very good pitch strategy being played here by Elijah Fisher. It's going to be interesting to see, though, how this plays out in the end, if he's going to find a benefit, or if this was just to get some lead lap points. And going back to the whole conversation about points, Elijah Fisher currently sits in the 12th position, mathematically eligible for the playoffs starting in round 16, but he has a lot of work to do, 136 points behind the leader, and only has about 6 laps led to his name the entire season. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pitch strategy plays out for the 16, as he's currently sitting in the 3rd position. But your current race leader is the 70. That Oreo scheme, that Nabisco Mondelez scheme, is back out in front by about 9 seconds. But here comes the 3, and he's coming fast.
That's impressive. Yeah, he started on the lead. He's right now back in the lead.
Yeah, 70 also getting good points here. The 70 currently sits in the, if you give me a second, I can find it. Currently sits in the 7th position with North Simcoe Customs Motorsports. So it'll be interesting to see here how this plays out points-wise for him, because he's led a pretty good amount of laps. As Josh Henderson sets another fastest lap here, a 23.082, marginally faster than his last fastest lap, but it's something. As you see, the 36 very slow up top. Yeah, the 36 there, Christopher Rosca, joining just a few weeks ago. Oh, hits the wall again. He is really struggling out there. You see all that damage to the left side of the car.
Looks like he's trying to send it too hard into the turn, or out of it, whatever.
He also has a lot of damage, as you see here, bring it down pit road. This could be the end of Rosca's race. a lot of damage there to that 36 machine. Someone we haven't talked about in a hot minute is Christopher Heim, currently sitting in the 8th position, 1 lap down, and still in an arm's reach of this thing.
Yeah. How far is he from getting the lap back?
He's still got 2 cars ahead of him. That is the 69 of Chris Lyotta and the 13 of Travis Farmer. Pull up the track map here.
We are on lap 90 of 134. So we got about 44 laps to go. Race is going by really quickly.
Race is going by very quickly. You know who's faster than this race, though? Elijah Fisher. Already 3.9 seconds and gaining.
Elijah is a driver.
Yeah,
Can't say I can do good at Rockingham.
Making very good progress there on that 70 machine. Already down to 2 seconds. Let's ride on board here as he approaches this car, as he approaches the 74, the lead. And be riding on board one of the new gyro cams. So you can see here, he's approaching that 70 fast, but how fast is that momentum going to die out once he gets in his dirty air?
I wonder. Let's look.
This is on the back of the 70.
You can see Victor really easily coming back up to the 70s bumper.
That 16 taking advantage of those new tires. And here comes the 16 hot on the charge. Up towards the outside. Going, and gone. Fisher back out to the lead.
Man, he is a driver right there. I'm very impressed with how Fisher's doing.
Yeah, currently, Elijah Fisher is the 3rd highest hard charger. Curtis Carnes currently sitting in the 4th position, has gained the most spots with 8. Christopher Heim with 7, and then Elijah Fisher with 4. And as the field spreads out, Cohen, I think it's time to crank it up. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more, Robert.
Let's crank it up here, presented by Hudson Auto Works. Welcome back here to the Green Flag Racing. Now we're coming off our Crank It Up. Little under 30 laps to go. So let's switch it from laps to go. 27 to go here. Elijah Fisher is still out to a very strong lead, I must say. Excellent job there by that 16 car.
No question there. Wow, Fisher with a 9-second lead. Isn't that just crazy? Still there? Wow, 11 seconds. Elijah Fisher with an 11-second lead on Williams behind him.
Okay, there we go. I was talking for a solid 10 laps, and my mic didn't pick up any of it. That's fantastic. Yeah, excellent job here by the 16, who has now, for the record, lapped the entire field. The entire field.
He is doing amazing.
I mean, absolute. Let's pull him up here. Absolute domination on levels I haven't seen in trucks.
I have not seen this level of domination like ever. I'm beyond impressed with what Elijah has the ability to do.
And he won, I believe, last week.
Did he?
I believe not last week. He won on Monday in the Cup Series, and he's about to do a repeat again here as he passes the 90, putting him 2 laps down.
Oh, jeez. Come on, man. Save some for the guys behind you.
16 laps to go for the 16 in the Biff machine. And no one can touch him right now. Nobody.
No. I'm really impressed with this guy.
The fastest lap set by the 3 of Hayden Williams. So obviously, off raw speed, the 16 of Elijah Fisher is by far not the fastest car on track.
But he's the most.
I can actually pull up here. Instead of miles per hour, let's switch to fastest lap.
Okay.
As you can see, he is 0.3 off the 2 fastest laps. So he's one of the fastest cars on track.
He's the most consistent car on track.
He is the most consistent car, and he has capitalized off all of the bunch of early cautions and has made an absolutely amazing pit strategy out of this, lapping the entire field, trying to lap the field twice with 13 laps to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. In all honesty here, I would not be anywhere surprised.
Coming up here to 11 laps to go here at The Rock. The 16 league of his own, currently in the second position, lap down, is Rob Wilhoit over on the other side of the track. The next car, that's the 16, will be putting a lap down, if he can catch up to them in time, is the 70 of Justin Greenlee, currently sitting in the 4th position. The last car, a lap down. Actually, Hayden Williams unlapped himself. Now, Hayden Williams seems to have a ton of speed under the hood, obviously just at the fastest lap. Rosca, do you think that the 3 of Hayden Williams can make it around the track and pass the 16 in 10 laps?
I don't think so.
Well, think about it. He has to do it twice. So you would need to be... Let's do some more math here. It's probably going to be wrong. It's probably going to be wrong, but, you know... Let's see here. Calculator. So you're running, what, 20-second laps? In order to do it in 10 laps, you would need to be... So you need to do 60 seconds. You need to gain 60 seconds.
That is crazy.
You would need to be gaining at least 7 seconds a lap. 6-7 seconds a lap. To catch up to Fisher. To unlap yourself again and catch up. Honestly, I don't see that happening. But what an excellent drive here from the 3 at the end of the race. Getting back, becoming the 5th car a lap down. But here's the 70 right here. Got a little hornet's nest here with the 69 of Chris Liotta. You see here, folks, in the top right corner of your screen, that is the leader. That is Elijah Fisher.
And he is just plowing through the field right here.
He is plowing through the field. See,
I am really impressed with his driving skill. I have not seen anything like it.
The only thing I can recall was in another league, a driver lapped the field and won, but nothing to this level of dominance. What an amazing comeback. What an amazing drive here for the 16 with Elijah Fisher. Coming up with 5 laps to go. See here, crossing the line. Now we are 5 to go here at The Rock, Rockingham, here in Rockingham, North Carolina. Well, the interesting fact about Rockingham, while we're dwindling down the laps here, Rockingham is the only track that you can get to directly by train.
Really?
On the NASCAR schedule. Amtrak has a line that'll take you from, I want to say Charlotte, but I could be wrong, to Rockingham on race day.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a little cool thing. I think also IHRA just bought The Rock. Would you like to see an IRL Cup race here, or do you think that this should be a Xfinity and truck special track?
I think Cup should come here too. I think that'd be cool.
Do you think that the next gen could put on a good show here? That's the question.
I mean, have you seen Ryan Blaney at like basically every track that they're new to?
Oh yeah, you just wanted to be here so Ryan Blaney has a good shot at winning.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a new track. Ryan Blaney's gonna win it. That's kind of his streak here, or at least for ovals.
Maybe he'll win. Yeah, I was about to say, maybe it's Maybe he could extend that luck to road courses and win at the naval base here. Or at
Oh, that would be
Chicagoland.
cool.
2 laps to go
That would
here.
also-
Elijah Fisher dominated the race. Has probably led the most laps.
Oh, yeah, by no question, obviously. He led like 40 on top of. Well, did he lead 40 at that after he passed 70?
Yeah, he's led more
Yeah, it
than
was up to
double
that.
the 70 of Greenlee. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go here at the Rock. The 69, his teammate moving down out of the way, coming off turns 3 and 4. The 16, the KFC machine, is making history here. Wow. In the Platinum Truck Series, Elijah Fisher grabs his first Platinum Truck Series win and the most dominant win, winning by over a lap. That is the largest margin in truck history. Take it all in, Elijah Fisher.
Congratulations, Elijah, man. What? Wow. I don't even know. Dude, that was really impressive. I have not seen domination like that ever. Congratulations, Elijah.
So you see here him in the top right of your screen. See that huge smile on his face. He knew this win was coming. Here's his teammate, the 69 of Chris Lyotta, who had a less fortunate race. Still finished in the 5th position, 2 laps down. Teammates driving the track together.
Man, that was a race. I enjoyed that one a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, voice crack.
What an amazing race. What an amazing finish as he burned it down here in North Carolina.
What a good race. He and his teammate burning it down together. They got to do the 2-person, nose to nose burnout.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
That isn't very nose to nose.
Try to get a closer camera here.
He's burning it in the wall. He's gonna blow the engine, y'all. Best way to go out. Blow up the engine and leave.
Yeah, it's illegal. Got to make sure it doesn't pass tech.
Man,
I mean, and that engine may be illegal considering he won by over a lap.
he.
And
What
there's the nose to nose.
Nose to nose. Woo! Well, a short-lived nose to nose.
As they burn it down and disappear in the thick cloud of smoke. Synchronized burnout.
I liked that. That was neat.
Yeah, this is so far the best burnout I've seen so far in the Platinum Truck Series. He's still burning it down, celebrating.
The.
And he parks
I wonder
it
how long I can hold the
in
burnout.
victory lane. We'll take a rundown through the field here and their finishing position presented by W Energy. Elijah Fisher steals the win by over a lap over the 3 of Hayden Williams. In 3rd position, Rob Wilhoit. 4th position, Justin Greenlee. 5th, Chris Lyotta. 6th, Christopher Heim. 7th, Curtis Carnes. 8th, Travis Farmer. 9, Josh Hotshot Henderson. 10th, Bobby Hadaway. In the 11th position, nope, next page. In the 11th position, finishes all the drivers who unfortunately did not finish the race. Christopher Rosca, 64 laps down. Justin Schneck, another Canadian driver, 99 laps down. Jeffrey Peppers, 119 laps down. Aaron Stanton, 129 laps down. Mike Hauser, 132 laps down. And Jackson Hadaway, 135 laps down. But what a race, I may add. What a race.
Oh yeah, no question there. That was a really good race. I loved watching it. That was easily my favorite broadcast.
As we
It was entertaining. There was passes over and over. I loved it. That was amazing.
Yeah, what a race. Glad you enjoyed it because I certainly did.
Oh man. That was a race. Want to get let's get the top 3 in here, what shall we?
So you can see Barney here looking over the track.
Bye, Barney.
And let's cut to the GFRN booth cams presented by Downtown Auto, Downtown Auto Sales. Welcome back here to the booth. I'm Robert McKay alongside myself. As soon as I can get him up here because I forgot to do that. There we go.
Yourself.
There we go, Skoenhaus.
Yo.
Now, finishing in the third position, we have the 22 of Rob Wilhoit. Let's bring him in.
Let's do it.
Rob Wilhoit,
Hey.
it's Robert McKay and Cohen Haas in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, not
Yo.
much. What's going on with you? Getting that third place finish. How you feeling?
Good compared to how the race started.
Yeah, a little bit of a chaotic start there to the race.
That race started on a little bit of a shocker there.
yeah, I got caught up in those first two incidents, and then this tier 1 setup shop team, kicked butt getting the truck back in order, and we still had left side and right side damage that wasn't able to get fixed, but it didn't slow us down at all. And then I just started playing the long game, and was going to have a P2, but ran out of fuel going into turn 3 on the last lap, and Hayden was able to get by me. So, but a top 3 after the way the night went, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks for sure. This was definitely a fuel strategy race. Did you wish that you were able to take advantage of those early cautions as much as Elijah did? Because that fuel strategy from him saved him big time and got him this fantastic win.
Yeah, I was the first caution. I had to pass cars to get back in place and miss the entrance to pit. So I had to go around, and then I pitted to get the damage fixed, and it gave me a 40-second hold. So I lost a lap right there, but I was able to kind of battle back and just kind of take it easy. And I knew I wasn't going to get them in the short run, so I was trying to play the long game, but Elijah had it timed out right this week.
Yeah, he got lucky, that's for sure. But, I mean, what a win for Elijah Fisher. And congrats on the podium. Even though you ran out of fuel, you still finished top 3. Before we let you go, any family members you want to thank, drivers, sponsors, etc.? Floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Tier 1 Setup Shop for always being our main sponsor and, dialing these trucks up. I got to thank Elijah for putting these races on, you guys for the broadcast, and my teammate Josh Henderson for pushing me to the line so that way I could finish the race.
The 17 pushed you to the third place?
Yeah, he pushed me from turn 4 all the way to the start-finish line.
That's definitely a way to get third place. We'll definitely have to take a look at that. But thank you for joining us. Congrats on the third. Go celebrate.
Yep, thank you guys.
Congrats, man.
Now finishing in the second position after passing the driver who ran out of fuel in turn 3 is the 3
Hayden.
The 3 of Hayden Williams. Hayden Williams, it's the boys in the booth, got a copy.
I gotcha.
How did it feel getting second place after the 22 there ran out of fuel on the last lap?
It felt better than finishing third.
Fair.
I knew I was catching him, like slower and slower. I just didn't know if I had enough. Then I thought we had 3 laps to go, and I saw the light. And then he ran out in turn 4, and I put it on the high line and let it rip.
Yeah, great race there. We're up front a lot, battling with the 16, the 70 early on in the race. got the fastest lap there at the end, I believe. Your car seemed to have a ton of speed.
Yeah,
No question.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
I believe Cohen was about to ask a question.
Oh, okay.
No, I was messing with something.
Okay. Going back to what I was saying, obviously you had a very fast truck. How did it handle in the long run? Because I felt like a lot of drivers had issues with that, especially the 36 of Christopher Rosca.
It was for sure a short run speed truck. You can make any truck handle good in the long run. You just have to learn how it drives and save all your stuff. It it wasn't really the best in the long run. It could have been better. I made a little adjustment after qualifying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to the setup and to the way you drive a truck, especially when you're up front a lot. Because I struggle with this too. It's you don't want to change what you're doing because you don't want to lose time. But if you don't change what you're doing, you're going to lose time in the long run. So luckily, it worked out for you pretty well, finishing in the second position. Before we let you go, is there any family members you want to thank, drivers, sponsors, etc.?
Yeah, I'll thank y'all for putting the broadcast on every Wednesday night. Elijah for making these races happen. Yeah, and I want to thank my family.
Yeah, and again, thank you for joining us. Finishing in the second position, go celebrate.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and last but certainly not least,
Bring ourselves in, Elijah Fisher.
Yeah, finished very, very well, I may add.
Oh,
Something here real quick. Ignore that. I should have done this before the race, but I didn't. Alrighty, there we go. Apologies. As Cohen's camera cuts out, I'm going to overlay this over him.
Wump.
Actually, never mind, he left. Okay, what I was going to do is I was going to bring in Elijah Fisher's camera, but he does not seem to be streaming his thing anymore. So, last but certainly not least is the 16 of Elijah Fisher, winning by an entire lap, the first in Inspired Racing League Truck Series history. Elijah Fisher, the man of the hour, winning by over a lap. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it was pretty good. I mean,
hey man, that was a really impressive race, man. That was spot on, dude.
Thank you.
Just not expecting to see anything like that today. No, sir.
I didn't either.
Yeah, got really, really lucky there with that fuel strategy, pitting on lap 15 under caution. How much fuel did you have when you came down that first pit stop?
I mean, I think to be completely honest, I think we would have been like right on the number without any pit stops. But when we had those first couple of cautions and I noticed, nobody else was really going out, I figured I would just top off on fuel. I didn't expect it to give me so much of an advantage, but I don't know if, our one stop strategy was really, the difference because I kind of managed the tires for quite a bit. And just 20 laps of just taking a certain line, I really started to catch people and noticed we had like a 0.6 of a second difference for quite some time and just kept on gaining a bunch of chunks. I actually looked at some stats after it and I realized my average lap time itself was like 0.3 faster than everyone else. So I don't know if that was just because of their pit stop or what, but just felt like I had something click in with the tires and obviously the fuel came into play too.
Yeah, obviously didn't have the fastest car, but something that Cohen said during the broadcast is that you were the most consistent. And I think that's what won you the race. Is that you weren't outright the fastest car on track, but you had a lot more consistency, or were saving your tires a lot better than I think everyone else was. And to be fair, that's very hard to do at a track like Rockingham, because Rockingham loves to destroy tires. It's infamous for it. I've been a victim of it many, many times, including in this league. How did you manage your tires tonight?
Just being really patient with everything. I saw really early on in the race, like everyone was kind of running it a little bit of the old style where you kind of put it into the bottom and the car would kind of float up. And I didn't really notice that tonight, but to be honest, I think it was about 3 weeks ago I picked up something off of a couple other drivers. And there was a certain way that they were approaching it. It was actually at Old Atlanta. And I watched how they were kind of approaching some of the corners, and I picked up some stuff off of them, and I applied it into turn 1 and 2 tonight. And it just started to really click later into the run. So yeah, like you said, just that consistency was playing a key. But one of the big things too is that I wasn't really trying to use the wheel to turn as much. I was just waiting on the car, or well, the truck rather, to just kind of plant and then just kind of come back down the track onto the white line. And I'd have a much better exit, and I didn't really have to lift for that wall either. And going into turn 3, there was a certain it just felt like a familiar corner for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt good to hit, and I wasn't having to put a lot of wheel into to get the truck to really rotate. And I think one of the other advantages too was my throttle time, and getting back onto the throttle was a lot higher, because I realized a lot of times I would beat people to the throttle as well, and that kind of helped propel the right front from not burning as hard.
Yeah, well, you did something, and it definitely benefited. Um, Before we let you go, is there any sponsors you want to thank? Drivers, teammates? I know the 69 did that very well done synchronized burnout. That is by far my favorite burnout of the season. But the floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out obviously all the teammates, Mike Hauser, Chris Lauda. I forget if Joseph made the paint scheme or not, but shout out to him. He wasn't able to make it tonight. Um, Everybody back at the Falcon Motorsports Garage, you guys are awesome. Just kept my head in it. Of course, got to thank Mom and everybody for watching, all the fans and everything. And yeah, just kind of, I don't know, bring me back to something I was reading earlier today, which is just consider pure joy whenever you face any trials of any kind. And yesterday I was sick as a dog, and day before that is just having a lot of tests in life. And I think just putting perseverance and endurance through it, and just putting your mind to it, really goes a long way. And I always tell a lot of people, 75% of a mental game, 25% of this is actually physical. So if you have your head right, you can do pretty much anything you want on that track. So yeah, just got to thank good Bible for keeping me in it.
Amen. And listen, winning's the best medicine, so I'm just saying.
It is. It definitely is.
All right, go soak in this win and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Hey, man, thank you for putting on a show tonight.
Yeah, of course.
I enjoyed it.
All right, well, that will do it. This has been the Inspired Racing League's Platinum Truck Series here on the Green Flag Racing Network and on the Inspired Racing League YouTube channel, live here from the Rock, aka Rockingham Speedway, here in Rockingham, North Carolina. I've been Robert McKay alongside myself, Cohen Haas, hopefully here to stay, and we will see you next week for, drumroll please, we will be here next week for Martinsville 175 lap race at night, January 21st. You won't want to miss it. We'll see you then.
Oh, yeah, Martinsville races are always fun to watch. I hate racing them, but I love the races.
Yeah,